Hi friends, I have a quite long pending. Hi friends, I have another video that's pending for a very quite long time. One of my followers or subscribers from Michigan or U.S.C, let's not reveal the location, has requested me to place a video or advice, but the similar question asked by several people, and I also went through, and I have that dilemma, right? Whether to go back to India or stay here in America, India. It's like and I saw a couple of videos, and Indians who returned from USA or UK, they also place the video, always quoting my past life in America is like this, my past life in UK is like this. That means still they are in depression that they left USA, right? That's what. And Hindi videos, English videos, language I mean to say. And excuse me if you find any English wrong, because English is not my first language, and my second language, first language is Telugu, second language is Hindi, third language is English, and I learned Sanskrit in 1990s, 2000 year, and 24 years ago. I also learned French language 4 months for Canada immigration purpose in 2001 year, right? Just give a minute. Second point, America is for dollars, America is for green card, America is for US passport or US citizenship in Indian context. Anything else is a nest and bogus. I don't believe it, right? These are the primary three reasons. Next point, I'm not affiliated to any of the educational placement agencies, nor I'm affiliated to any caste or religious groups. This point also clear. The very next point, neither America married me nor I marry America. So you see my highest ambition of Indian, I wrote on my statement, right, on YouTube. And yesterday I found YouTube statistics or analytics. 70% of them are watching without subscribing in the past 3,500 videos. This is 3,500 fifth video might be. In the past videos I never requested or begged, please subscribe, like, comment, share, but the time has come. If you are watching first time subscriber, please subscribe, because I get the count, right? So that's where my count also stopped at 13,100. Coming to this topic, India or USA dilemma. Like for example, Ravi, my ex-colleague in 2014 in New Jersey, told in Telugu, in government in India, the peon is the lowest post and Prime Minister is the highest post. Prime Minister is not a full-time, it's a political governance, right? But still is a part of the government. So lowest post is a peon, attender we call class 4 employee, and highest is Prime Minister. Or let us take Chief Minister, Chief Secretary. If you go back, your life is worse than the peon, is what Ravi told in the video. Because the peon in India, the government class 4 attendee or attender in the government in India, state government or central, he might have settled well in 10 years or 20 years, right? He bought a house, or if not bought a house, he might have made his children to study B.Tech. Now these days everybody is B.Tech holder in India, right? In India you want to do anything, first you have to do B.Tech, and they might have sent them to daughter and son to US for masters. But after live 10 years or 20 years in India, in US or outside India, especially Christian countries or developed countries like America, if you go back and you don't have green card or you don't have US citizenship, if you go back on H1B, where do your children fit in? That is what Ravi told, worse than the peon life. Then the second point, next point is, you don't have, once we come to America or leave India, flee India, we lose self-confidence, morals, ethics, values, so many things. I told in a point, 7 things we lose. in general context, like people fake resumes, body shops, outsourcing companies. That's what we see, right? Top 10% is fair. Fair in the sense they don't see all this what's going on the ground. And a lot of allowable, right? Hiccups on H1B. Then once you go back, where do your children fit in? So I also talked to one of the Dalka children who the father has stayed 25 years on H1B and returned. So life is very tough. Then they have to come back and have fun. So in those kind of scenarios, those who are undergoing this kind of situation, those who are in 40s and 50s, my advice is don't go. You don't leave your place, because you will never fit in there unless you have a back end your parents' house to support you, and if you earn some income, IT job, if you get it, go. Otherwise in India, IT job, 40 years is the retirement age, is what I heard from my circle of friends. Maybe they don't misinform me, right? After 40 they will kick out either. And one guy I met, Wipro H1B, he said he has no children, but he has a couple wife settled well in Bangalore. He doesn't want to come to U.S.C, but company Wipro forced him. Then he came here and resigned and took another job and returned to India. Some cases. So 40 years is the deadline in India. So where do you go after when they really fire you? So try to, Edison, an ex-friend said, get a 6 offers in India and go. If one company fires, you will go to another company. Whereas if you go with one company offer and if they fire you, then you will be literally on the road, right? Street. Just a minute. Yeah, sorry friends. So where do you go? So that's why is a suggestion. One suggestion is take 6 offers and go. 3 anyway, they may reject you or whatever. At least you will have another 2 backup. That is one option. And in the view and in the context of your children who are on H1, H4 visa, by hook or crook, you better stay here, because you will screw up their life if you take a step back, going back to India. That is one. And the immigration process, children immigration point of view, anyway, our lives are end, right? We are almost coming to career end. And 65 or 70 in SSN side or government another side, when I did research, it is 70 years or 75 years. Some say 65 years is a retirement in IT, corporate sector. In America, I'm telling. But GM and other companies, Ford, VRS, they forcibly fire several people, right, by giving 10 months salary, 1 year salary. But still many are on street, road. They don't have any job. But means by discrimination age-wise, without telling the company, 60 years they will kick out, flush out. So that's what happening in America. Okay, in that context, stay whatever the reasons it might be until you get a green card or until get a US citizenship by naturalization. It will be useful for your children. I'm talking in the interest of your children, not you. So that is one. No, I want my children to become ISRO chairman or president of India, something like that. Then good, take a call back and go back and settle in India. If your parents are well off, they have a house to take care, then in India I've seen, right, 6 times I exit USA. I tried for jobs there, but before that I got a job here. 15 days to 2 months I get a 2 offers same time in USA. That's what my experience in the past. Whereas in the 2 interviews, 2 jobs I get same time, I have to take a call which job I have to choose. So that kind of situation I faced in the past. But whereas in India it takes 6 months to 1 year to hit a job or never hit a job. So then what is your situation? If you are 40 years old, 50 years old, after living 10 years, 20 years here, so that is your individual call. Who am I, or who is you, someone else to judge your life, right? It's purely your call. And then the next point is you have to do any small kind of a business if you have a lot of savings and all. But I don't think who worked on H1B here, unless Amazon full time, living in a rental apartment, will by saving all that amount only will have. Otherwise, outsourcing companies not good money, and the body shops also. You have seen my story, right? 16 years of my story. You don't have any much savings. The person Dhanul Thakur writing book on about me also, at the end he asked like, did you buy a house in Hyderabad? So that's what his question. After you have seen, right, multiple layers, my ex-employers and New Jersey ex-employers in Michigan, they ate my salaries. They didn't give. One guy gave at the end, but Michigan, Maryland project, that guy, he didn't give. 6 months he spent for women in Vegas. So that's what offshore people told for of his company, and he is not a CEO, shadow CEO. So these kind of things, right? But in India they don't aware all these ground realities, and that is one aspect. When you return in India, your relatives, friends, everybody expect, since you are in America, in case if you return to India, so you are in America, you are super rich, you are this thing, that thing. They imagine too much, but ultimately you have to use a old bicycle to go to any shop or anywhere, because you know, right, our savings. So that is one assumption. So they will their expectations are very high. They will ask you how many crores or how many suitcases you bring with dollars. So that is ignorance. So the society is like that. So you have to have enough guts, dareness to face those kind of unlimited questions. Like on my YouTube channel, some haters and some people out of ignorance ask, right? So you have to accept it, take it and move forward. So do you have that kind of brave heart? If not, then you stay back wherever you are, whether UK or USA, most of the developed countries. Middle East I don't recommend, because of the most of the time Asia and Southeast Asia always fighting, including India, right? India, what is their safety? If you are a Muslim, or sorry, if you are practicing Islam or Christianity, and if your origin is Indian, then better leave India and settle elsewhere in Western countries. Or if you are already living outside like Australia, New Zealand and in U.S.A, UK, don't go back to India. This is very sad advice, but because you are watching the news in India, right, how the BJP government is doing. I don't want to politicalize my video, but I'm telling minorities in 87% of Hindus afraid of Muslims and Christians in India. I don't understand why. Even while traveling to India, the person sitting next to me was from Overland. He said while reaching the flight to India, I thought I spent very nice time with him discussing ITs of my age and all. And at the end he said, no, Modi is correct for India because Muslims will raise. He's doing good for Hinduism. I was shocked by look at his US passport. He's an Indian guy, but he got a US passport by naturalization, but still he's living happily in America, but supporting Hindus attacks and Muslims in India. That's, I don't really agree. And so that kind of nature many are there. So minorities point, not minorities, if you are practicing Islam and Christianity or non-Hindu religion, then go back to India. 100% I would not recommend. If you are Hindu or then I'm speechless. But if you are like me, an honest Hindu or honest Indian, I'm still becoming atheist or Hinduism. That where I'm at the cross border now. Atheist also I kept a video, right? For example, let us take, you are a woman, you think like a human being, like a global citizen, like an American citizen, mind your own business, honest, sincere, confront wrongdoing, this kind of nature, then I would recommend you better stay in USA for the benefit of your children, not for you. For you, until you get 65 years or what you call retirement, I said, right? So for green card, after green card 5 years you pay taxes, then apply for US citizenship. By the time it would be 50, 55 or 60 or 65, whatever it is. So then you go wherever you want, because your children become US citizens, so they are happy, they will lead a better life than yourself, and then you can go back to India wherever, because whatever the taxes you pay when you are an H1B, if you exit, you won't get any returns. So all the taxes, everything is washed out here. But if you have green card, if you have US citizenship, after continuously paid, then last and W2 or salaries you paid, based on that your pension will be calculated, and you will get at least 2000. If you're an IT guy, 100k salary, around 50k salary, you will get $2,000 a month at least, wherever you stay on this globe, provided you are 65 years old, you are declared retirement, and you 65 years age, retired declarement, US citizenship, and paid taxes for last 10 years. That means after getting green card or whatever, last 10 years, then you are eligible to get all these pensions, right? SSN return, SSN tax return amount, whatever you call, you will get. So $2,000 a month if you live in India, wherever you are on this planet, the amount fall into your bank account. So that is why many Indians will live here. That's what I found in my research. They live here for until they get a US citizenship by naturalization, so they don't leave. So based on this point, you make a call. So your life, you have to make a decision, right? Like you put a paper, hold it, pros and cons. What if in US, what if? And I always recommend, if you are of my age, you better always take your spouse, like husband we call wife, husband, right? Spouse to maximum consideration. Take their decision what to do. If you are single, bachelor, you can do anything you want, monkey jumps. But when you have a family, 2 kids or 1 kid, better always take your spouse is better, more intelligent, more hardworking, and more knowledgeable than you. You means either generic you, not specific you. Like me, I'm not that intelligent or that educated. My spouse is better than me, but I never listen to her, right? That's a secondary. But in your case, you take a spouse decision and write the pros and cons, and then take their children opinion, put a ranking. What if in India 1.4 billion population, everywhere long lines, queue, once you work 24/7, also boss never appreciate. In India I worked, right? My last dance salary is 25,000 rupees in 2008, my entry. Then take home is 18,000. Oddly it supports for 15 days. The rest of the 15 days I have to beg my sibling there, one of my siblings, to give money. So that's how life rotated, and now 1 to 2 lakh in rupees they are paying for the same job. That means you can see the inflation rate, and more salaries, but still like I said, right, I don't touch that point since I complete. So everywhere long lines, traveling, a lot of commuting, traffic, pollution, so many questions, so many politics, like political rallies, they do a traffic jam. Still India is the best. Like I visited recently India, I feel very happy. I don't have immigration tensions. That's a different aspect. If you live in village or town, all your people will come and see. You don't have America mental tensions, stressful life. If you're an H1B, body shops tension, clients tension, employers tension. So these things will not be there even if you go for a vacation. That means India is great in that context, right? But other aspects, if you want to permanently move, then you have to put it on the chart. So a lot of traffic jam, religious fights, caste war, caste discrimination, politicians, rallies, this, that, all that you have to put it in the chart, and then give a rating 1 to 5, and then you will be close to your extended family, your parents and in-laws and other siblings. But what about your family, your spouse and kids? What are they missing? better education. Compare the education is not free here. Since you pay taxes, it's free for your child. You don't need to pay anything in public school. Private school, $30,000 a month, right, or yearly, sorry. So undergraduation is expensive, but post-graduation is very cheap. That's why many Indians come here. So what if you go back, BTech, no standard, except IITs or BITS Pilani, can they hit with the competition? Where do they fit in? If not getting job, no visa, where do they go? It is easy to tell, right? IAS exam, this, that, but do you think getting government job is that easy in India? So when your children raise 10 years, 20 years in America, can they face the ground reality, their population, their market there? So these things really very terrific. And I read an articles, right, on it's for women once written, husband and two young kids, they went to shopping and she committed suicide by hanging to the fan, ceiling fan. She could not digest once go back to India. So that's what and many Indians cannot tell lies to their parents, and in-laws will come back next year, but that next year won't come. I kept a separate video. Next year is a syndrome. So keep those things in consideration. I would not recommend to go back unless you have well off, you have money there, or if you have no money, you have a strong will, strong love for Indian parents, and what you call guts to survive, survival skills are high, then yes, Bharat Mata ki Jai, Jai Hind. Otherwise, stay calm and live wherever you are. Again, it's not my advice. Like I said, put in paper pros and cons, all those points 1 to 10. How much time you commute here and all that. Compare apple to orange or orange to apple or apple to apple, and then take your spouse and family decisions. So till then, do not take any decisions. Not taking any decision is also a decision, right? Thank you for watching, friend. This is for you. Thank you.